Greetings, YouTubers. So following up on the Sabayon install that I did, the KDE version, or the KDE edition I should say, I decided that I'd take a look at the GNOME edition, and see if there are any changes that, apart from the cosmetics. I also did a UEFI based install this time, owing to the fact that I had some install issues. I also found that out of the box this time, sound worked. Microphone recording worked. So not entirely sure what the problem was with my first install with regard to that, but at least with this, it seems to be okay. The install time probably was about 15 minutes, so I probably exaggerated last time when I said it was half an hour. Maybe it was 20 minutes at most the first time, but yeah, it was about 15 minutes this time. And so what I'm going to do is do a bit of a guided tour of this. It seems to have behaved itself a little better this time. This could be the fact that it's GNOME, and you know how GNOME is these days. It's a fairly locked down tightly affair, but I should show you a couple of things going on here. We've got some icons here, as you can see. You can go into Home, which will just be the Nautilus. It's got the dark theme going on here and a custom icon theme, which I kind of like. I think it's kind of interesting, this this icon theme. We've got this menu. Curiously, it doesn't have the ability to type anything in, so to go searching. But that is accommodated by, if you press the Windows key, you get that standard GNOME menu coming up, that GNOME shell menu, and you can go through and find everything there and type it in and find the terminal, for example, which I already have because I'm recording this desktop anyway. So we'll get out of this. It seems to want to do it each time now. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the applications. So standard calculator application, nothing really interesting going on there. It has instead for its email client, it has Evolution. I haven't installed my account to it, but Evolution is a reliable stalwart of you know, things like OpenSUSE and the old GNOME distros back in the day. We have Shotwell here for your photo management needs. I don't know if we can take a screenshot and just try and have a look at that. Okay, so I just took a screenshot and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find it. Let's port from folder, pictures, and we just took okay, one photo successfully imported. It seems to automate things for us very nicely indeed. So yes, oh, geez, that little menu is going to annoy me each time I can see that happening. Let's have a look at here. I somehow managed to get myself out of sync there. Yes, anyway, let's get back to it. We can ignore Shotwell later on. Desktop search. So it looks like I can do a bit of searching for files and things like that. So if we go screenshot, and we can find the screenshot nicely. But again, I kind of recommend that people get used to using the command line instead. We have files here, which is just again, that will be it says files, but really well, I don't need to wonder, it's actually Nautilus. Let's bring up actually a terminal and have a look. I think if I press Control, I get a new terminal. I hope. Yes, I do. So, because I didn't press Control before, it went to the currently active terminal. So, anyway, let's have... And it is indeed Nautilus. So, there. Trying to fool us. The binary is called... Nautilus, even though it's said otherwise. Okay, GEdit. So again, there's a lot of this dark theming going on here. I'm having a bit of trouble grabbing that window. I'm not entirely sure why. Things seem to have flaked out there. Okay. And things are getting a little interesting here. Let's see if my keyboard shortcuts can work. What about Alt F4? Okay, that closed that. So let's try and run GEdit again. I pressed Alt F2 to get that up and write some things there, and now I can move it. So that was a little bit of fishy behavior going on there, and I don't think it was caused by my mouse. So we'll just cancel that again. Actually, we'll close it without saving, and we'll go GEdit again and try and move it around. It seems to behave, and we'll try and run it from here again and see if we can, and it seems to behave. So I don't know what was causing that. GNote. No, I haven't done much with this before. It doesn't seem to be the Tomboy Notes one though, so fine. But yep, it's part of the GNOME suite of applications there. I guess we can just write nice. Okay, that works, and it's got some spell checking going on there. It's not telling me distribution, so yeah, whatever. And to search for files. Well, I thought we just did that before. Let's have a look and see what the difference is. Okay. So files. Okay, so it seems to me I can just search for files, and in here I can maybe look inside of them or something like that. So that's kind of cool. Let me see if I type ffmpeg in here, because I'm looking for my script to show up. That didn't work. Contains the text. And this one found it. So it's kind of curious. Yeah, okay, fine. So I'm not really sure how this is going to benefit me. Maybe I'm misusing it. It doesn't seem to be doing very much for me at all, so that's very bizarre. Okay, games, we've got Steam. Well, I suppose, okay, that seemed to come up a little prettier this time than compared with the KDE one. It didn't seem a little bit ugly before. It seems to have put the license agreement within a custom GUI. Let's go OK. Let's let that update for now. I didn't let that do that before, but we'll let that happen for now. Graphics. We've got the GIMP. And GIMP, always at version 2.8, forever and a day. I think GIMP was meant to have some sort of way you could have it as a single window. I'm not sure. No. Okay. I pressed F11 by the way to get it back. There we go, you can see that, the F11 there. But I'm not sure about how that is meant to be, how that's meant to be used as a single screen. Maybe people don't want to. Okay, so empathy for chat. Okay. Google Chrome as the usual for internet web browsing, or I should say, yes, web browsing. HexChat. Oh, we've mentioned HexChat before. Let's have a look. It's going to Freenode, and I'm guessing it hasn't logged into a channel. That's kind of curious. Let me have a look. Oh, here we go. But the question is it actually going to go? And it did by itself. That's great. So you can get some help in there straight away without having to sift around in the settings for that. We touched on Steam before. It's installing transmission. So this is kind of interesting with transmission these days. It's telling you that it's a file sharing program, and you do naughty things, you might get in trouble. I don't know if that's really needed. A lot of other torrent clients don't do this, but fine. Yeah, I usually use things like transmission doge for downloading distributions where I cannot find it from my ISP, and I don't want to load down the distributions servers or whatever like that with me downloading it. It's kind of courtesy to just use torrent if I have to do it. And the other advantage is it's actually a little bit quicker. So Office. Again, we don't have the LibreOffice going on here. We have Evolution, as I mentioned before, Contacts. It's kind of online account, so I can add an online account. As I don't want to broadcast all my contacts to the world, I'm not going to do that here, but I suggest you take a look at that. It looks interesting how you can just connect up and grab your contacts. Programming, PyShell, so I assume that's for, yes, using Python. The Python, of which I am no expert. I program in C++. I'm not even an expert in that, but yeah, it's nice, and I do a bit of Bash, but yeah, that's kind of nice to have some programming stuff going on there. I didn't notice that last time if it was in the KD version of this, or KD edition of this. What is this? Okay. Fine. Then what? New. No. Okay, well this is just weird. I don't know what this does. So, what's that pin? Oh, what's this up here? I missed that altogether. See? Blindness. Okay. So it looks like it's some sort of designer tool. Okay. That's pretty cool. I have to have a play with that sometime. Sabayon. You've got all the Sabayon links, so you can go and get the download. You get Gentoo documentation, which is kind of cool. They're acknowledging their upstream roots. Yeah, that's cool. Again, all of this is just these are just nice links that they want you to have. You can go to the Sabayon. I don't know if I'm saying that right, if it's Sabayon or Sabayon, but fine. And then you can find out more about it. Yeah. Okay, so Brasero, that's going to be your burner. Okay, I don't know if it's going to let you decide. We've got some settings here. No. Plugins. It's plugins. Okay. What I'm looking for here specifically is whether it allows the use of CD record. Look at this. This is wonderful. Look at this. Unpacking Steam runtime. This is very impressive integration. It's well, I shouldn't say very impressive, but it's cute. Okay, so where are you? Steam. It looks like Steam is here now. Here to stay. How about we try and open it? Yeah, I'm just fiddling around here. I think I should close this and just see if I can get Steam to play the game. No pun intended. Maybe I should go games and press Steam. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be working at all. Okay, so we'll continue on with the look. So Brasero, yeah, you can use Brasero cheese. So if you want to take like a capture using your webcam, we will start the Kodi Media Center this time. I feel like we should go and take a look at that. Kodi looks a little bit different with that splash screen. What about this? So we can just exit. We should all know about Kodi anyway. Kodi's very cool. So let's exit out of that. Hopefully it records. There we go. Kodi's gone. Okay. Yeah. We've got MPV Media Player, which I did not install MPV this time. That's curious, because I didn't install it this time. So it's been installed on this GNOME version. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I like MPV, but I am slowly leaning back towards MPlayer. even though they're very similar to each other, I'm going back to MPlayer simply because the build system doesn't require WAF. MPV requires WAF for the build system, whereas MPlayer does not. PTV. And it looks like we can do some video editing in PTV, but I will not be using it for my video editing today because I use FFmpeg directly. I know that sounds archaic, why would I do that? But my editing requirements are quite minimal, so I will use that. Pulse audio volume control, PAU VDC, I think it's called. Let me have a look. Let's bring up the terminal again. Terminal, and that looks a little messy how it overlays like that. Let's do that, and PAU pulse audio. Yeah, that's what it's. Sorry, pulse audio volume control, PAVU control. So you can do all your sort of editing and not editing, but sort of changing your input and output sound devices. If you've got multiple sound cards or output input devices, then fine, you can do that. Rhythm box. They had Clementine in the last one, but in this one we've got Rhythm box, which again looks okay. Videos, which I think will be Totem. Oh, that's a funny looking thing going on there. What was that all about? Some sort of little graphic there. Help. No, I don't want that. I'd like to know about it. I'm pretty sure it is Totem, because if I just go Alt F2 Totem, it brings up the same thing. So fine. Okay. Sundry. So configuration editor. Looks like that's like the equivalent of the old dconf editor. And there's my phone. You can hear my phone. You can hear my phone going off. So iBus preferences. What's that about? Okay, so it looks like some shortcuts. You can use keyboards. Yeah, sorry about the background noise there, guys. Let's get that under control. Okay. So yeah, looks like we can do some changes. Input, add input. Some language input changes. That's pretty cool. Used to have to do all this stuff ourselves. You know, add the language add-ons and stuff like that. I used to want to type in Japanese sometimes. Not that I speak fluent Japanese or anything. I have broken Japanese, but yeah. Main menu. It looks like we can edit the main menu a little bit, which is cool because GNOME is typically not allowing us to change things so much. So let's just take something off. How about we add something on? Close. Let's have a look at that menu editor again. System tools. Oh, system tools. Not system tools. Sundry. The main menu. And what do I do then? System settings. I thought one or the other. So I might just take one off. Might be easier. Let's take the Office one off. But the Office one's still there. Close. And it's still there. So we've got to find a way of doing that. Sundry, main menu. Delete it. But still there. So I don't know what that really is entirely performing. It sounds counterintuitive to me. Doesn't seem to be doing what I expected at all. Maybe I can move it up. Close. It doesn't seem to be doing it. So I don't know what's going on there. Very strange. So power statistics, I don't really have a battery or anything in this machine, but we can find out the interrupts, I guess, here for when applications want to run or need to run to do what they're doing. It's going to get really annoying, that menu. I'd rather one or the other, not both, I guess. I'd like the whisker menu where you have a little search or something like that. That would be kind of cool. And the screen reader. I'm not going to turn that on. We've got UX term, tiny little terminal guy, but it hasn't been configured for nice looks. I use URXVT. It's probably quite similar, if not exactly the same. Let's have a look. Echo.term. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe I can find URXVT. Okay. Unicode. No, so this is something else. But yeah, they haven't really configured that to be nice. So it is just the X term, I presume. So, and we've got some settings in here. Let's go and have a look at that. Sorry. Yeah, so let's have a look. ManPage printing. That's kind of cool. Magneto updates. We know about gparted. Let's not bother with that. Magneto updates notifier. So that must be there. It did have the updates here. You see here. Before I didn't show you this, but it did show me at the start. And on each login, my updates are done. And it's saying the kernel service, which will be the VBox DRV kernel driver, not playing dice there. Okay. I think one of the last things we'll probably have a look at. ManPage printing. Well, that's not what I expected it to do. When I expected ManPage... Oh, manage! Sorry, I read ManPage. Manage printing. Jeez. Wake up, Damien. Anyway. Settings. Fine. It's taking us to the right place to do managing of printers. Hopefully. Let's manage printers. And it has my Samsung sitting on my Raspberry Pi. I have to show you how that's configured sometime. So, got some online accounts. Can change the background. Let's change that damn background. I find it to be a little bit awful, really. And there is not much of a selection, but anything's better than nothing at this stage. Let's just do that. It's kind of better than nothing. So, yeah, that grey is getting a little old. Yeah. So, you know. Am I seeing anything I really want to look at? Left the tweak tool. They've included the tweak tool, so I wonder if we can turn that off. Global dark theme. So that does that mean if I choose something like, I don't know, like GEdit? Ah, yes, it comes up with the white theme now, which is kind of cool. What happens if I've got GEdit up? But once it's up, and it doesn't change its theme. Now let's... Okay, cool. So that's kind of cool. High contrast, no. And there's the typical GNOME Aurora default. Ha! So now we really are changing things back. We'll go back to Aurora and add waiter. Yeah. Application menu. Activity, so that'll take us straight to the menu. So you basically, that's how you turn off that. So that's really cool. We've managed to get that GNOME tweak tool operating really nicely there. So look, you know, I'm going to leave it there, I think. The only thing I wanted to last look at is see if I can get this damn Steam to run. Maybe I have to run it in the terminal. Let's have a look and see what happens if I try and run it in terminal. I wonder if it's going to complain about glibc being a different version or something. I've had this problem before. Okay, let's just find. Let's grab Steam. We got. Oh, look at that. Kill all 9 Steam. Okay, good. So let's try and see if we can get Steam up and running. I'm just wondering if it's running on a different instance. It says TTY2, but I am on TTY2. So, I don't know what to... yeah, this old chestnut. I'm running on the Radeon SI driver. It's not really a drama usually, actually. This is actually will be due to that glibc business. Let me have a look at something. So find libc. We'll just put libc. Start.so. Let's narrow this down a little bit. Because it has caused some linking dramas before. And I've had to delete a file for it to work. Dearie me, where are you? Terrible. So many files and I cannot find it. Oh well, let's. ArchWiki usually has the raw goods on this one. Chrome. Oh, Google Chrome. No, fine. Do that. Steam libc. Delete. Ah. Star. libc. Let's clear that screen. I'm hoping I'll find it. Oh, of course, 64-bit. It's going to be in there, isn't it? Let's find this. Find my name libc.so6. Well, it's not there. So I don't know what the hell is going on here, guys. But there is something fishy. I won't do iname either. I'll just do name. But I'm certainly having a drama getting that to find that file that actually causes this issue, because I've had it before. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. RM. I'll just try this little trick. Oh well. I'm not going to bother. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. Which theme? I can just try Steam reset. No, it's just not going to play the game. So there, yeah, there you have it. That did not work out of the box for me. I tried to get it, but the Sabayon stuff is not working in terms of that. What I'm going to do is probably try and fix it and then bring it up anyway. But anyway, what do I rate this? I mean, it's still pretty rough around the edges. It's no Ubuntu. It's no Linux Mint. So, look, you know, since it gave me less grief this time, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But, yeah, the bland theming and the rough edges around, you know, yeah. I mean, the fact that it's Gen 2 based doesn't mean it needs to be rough. You know, it just doesn't. So, it seems to me a little rough around the edges, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's good, as in it brings you a functional desktop, but it's not great in that there are little rough edges here and there. So, anyway, guys, please remember to like and subscribe, and please comment below. And I look forward to bringing you something on Orc in future, or perhaps even Bedrock. We'll see how the time goes. Alright, guys, catch you later.